What's going on, guys? I'm here to make this video to talk about the current state of grappling. We have Craig Jones versus Adcc. I didn't have that checked off on my bingo card for 2024. However, it's great. So we have Craig Jones. If you don't know who he is, he's a very accomplished submission grappler in the sport. These days, he's sort of became a bigger than life character within the sport, and he has decided to put together his own event during the time of Adcc. Adcc is essentially the Olympics, as it is coined, for submission grappling. There's really no bigger event than Adcc. It only happens every 2 years, and it's the prestige of getting an Adcc medal is worth so much to so many people. Like myself and many other grapplers, we can only dream of, reaching that pinnacle of the sport. But now you have somebody like Craig Jones who's saying, hey, I got $1 million for you. So here's sort of the breakdown for his idea of what the Craig Jones Invitational will be. So far, there's like two divisions. I believe it's under 80 kilograms and above 80 kilograms. So I guess it's sort of almost open weight, sort of. And some of the people that have left ADCC in order to compete in Craig Jones's Invitational are the Tackett brothers. Fionn Davis, who is an ADCC world champion, Luke Rockhold, Nicky Ryan. So this is very interesting to see as you're starting to see people who are already locked in. For example, the Tackett brothers, who went through winning the trials, and they're saying, hey, $1 million is definitely worth more than the ADCC medal, or possibly medaling, because it's not even a definite that you'll medal if you'll go. I do think it's great for the sport overall. I do think it's going to start to push Mo and the whole ADCC team, as they've been raising the production and making ADCC a bigger show every year. I think they should be making sure they're taking care of their fighters. Like, there's no reason that these fighters are doing all this stuff and then reaching that pinnacle of the sport, and there is no real payoff. The fighters who are making this good money in the sport are making the money from seminars, from instructionals, and that's essentially it. You have very, very, very few fighters who, at least the perception is that they are making good money off of their earnings, and those just seem to be the fighters who won championship at the current moment in time, like Mikey Musumeci and the Rotolo brothers. And it looks as if it's specifically them, but I do like the, competition that this breeds between these different organizations. It's in the best interest of the fighters. I do think that ADCC should start to pay, especially these guys who have been competing in ADCC, 3-4 events, But I think it starts to create a scenario that boxers go through, where you have the path of the Olympics and you have the path of professional boxing. So you have, especially like in America, you have a lot of boxers who come up through the amateur ranks, and you can go down that path of becoming an Olympian, but there's no real financial payoff. And at the end of the day, these fighters are doing a lot of stuff and putting themselves in scenarios where it is very difficult to even survive, for the sake of their dream and for the sake of their goal. So if somebody's offering them a lot of money to do what they've been dreaming to do for years, why wouldn't someone take it? And back to my point of boxing, you get a lot of boxers who will skip the whole Olympics and the prestige of saying, I have a gold medal at the Olympics, or I have a silver medal at the Olympics, and going down the professional route and making these millions of dollars, you know. So I think this is great for the sport ultimately. I do think it's going to start to make it to where a grappler can go to a one championship, to a who's number one, to a UFC Fight Pass, to Craig Jones Invitational, to these different things. And there's several different avenues where making money off of the earnings is a viable thing. But that's my opinion. You guys let me know what you think. If you did like this video, please like, comment, subscribe.